Renowned for its elegance and grandeur, St. Petersburg is awash with stunning architecture, as majestic palaces and cathedrals jostle for space alongside its many canals and waterways. Located at the mouth of the Neva River on the banks of the Gulf of Finland, it is the second largest city in Russia after Moscow. Founded by Peter the Great in 1703, for centuries, it was the capital of the Russian Empire. Everyone from artists and architects to composers, scientists, and writers were attracted to its shores. Today we share the top 10 best things to do in St. Petersburg so you can plan a trip and experience all the exciting attractions and activities this beautiful city has to offer. Starting with number 10, State Hermitage Museum. The second largest art museum in the world after the Louvre in Paris, the State Hermitage Museum's vast collection is remarkably spread across 5 buildings and 360 rooms in the center of St. Petersburg. Founded by Catherine the Great, an avid art collector, the huge number of paintings, sculptures, and antiquities were added to by various Tsars, and it was Nicholas I who opened them to the public in 1852. Following the Russian Revolution, many extensive private collections were seized, which only further bolstered its numbers. At number 9 is the Church of the Savior on Blood. Appearing as if out of a fairy tale, St. Petersburg's Church of the Savior on Blood looks very much like the world-famous St. Basil's Cathedral in Moscow. This similar design sees 5 richly decorated onion domes tower above the main body of the church below. Built between 1883 and 1907 at a colossal price, the gorgeous church was erected in the memory of Tsar Alexander II, who was fatally wounded by anarchists at the same site. Inside is just as majestic as its fantastic exterior. Every conceivable surface is coated in astonishing mosaics of saints and icons. At number 8, Peterhof Grand Palace. Commissioned by Peter the Great to outshine the Palace of Versailles with its opulence and grandeur, the Peterhof Grand Palace certainly makes a good go of it. Covering a considerable area, its series of palaces and gardens are simply spellbinding to wander around, with beauty, art, and nature on show wherever you look. Built between 1709 and 1756, each new addition, palace, or building was grander than the last. Each architect added their own features, with the throne room and Chesham Hall being 2 of the most finely decorated of the lot. At number 7, Catherine Palace and Park. Located some 30 kilometers to the south of the city, the breathtaking Catherine Palace is where the Russian Tsars came to relax and unwind during the summer months. The grand and flamboyant style of the palace dates to 1752, when the architect Bartolomeo Rastrelli redesigned and redecorated the original building, plastering elaborate stuccos all over it. It is painted a bright bluish green, with the white columns and gold statues and embellishments standing out delightfully. The Rococo Palace really does make for a spectacular sight. At number 6 in our list, Peter and Paul Fortress. Set in the exact spot where St. Petersburg was first founded, the Peter and Paul Fortress was built all the way back in 1703. It is from its star-shaped defensive fortifications that the city slowly spread out around it. Occupying a prominent position on the banks of the Neva River, the fortress has lots of fabulous buildings for you to explore, such as the Trubetskoy Bastion and the magnificent Peter and Paul Cathedral. Besides its fascinating historical sites and interesting exhibitions that relate to the Russian Revolution and Imperial Russia, the fortress also hosts a number of festivals, events, and concerts during the year. At number 5, General Staff Building. Gently curving its way around the south of Palace Square, the General Staff Building is one of the most famous architectural monuments in the city and faces both the State Hermitage Museum and the Winter Palace. Designed by Carlo Rossi, the elegant neoclassical building was built between 1819 and 1829, and its two wings are separated by a majestic triumphal arch. This was erected to commemorate Russia's victory over Napoleonic France in 1812 and has some marvelous statues perched atop of it. At number 4, Yusupov Palace. Also known as Moika Palace, due to its location on the banks of the river of the same name, Yusupov is one of the best places to visit if you want to see how aristocrats lived in Imperial Russia. While its exterior is quite plain, besides its pastel yellow color, the interior is simply staggering to explore. Its many halls are decorated with only the finest furniture, artworks, frescoes, and tapestries that money can buy. Built in the 1770s and named after the wealthy Russian noble family that owned it, the colossal palace remarkably even boasts its own private theater. At number 3 in our list, Alexander Nevsky Monastery. Sprawling over a vast site, the Alexander Nevsky Monastery is one of the most important spiritual centers of the Russian Orthodox Church and is still in use to this day. Founded by Peter the Great in 1710, it is located on the spot where Alexander Nevsky, a former prince and now patron saint of the city, is said to have defeated the Swedes in battle in 1240. Encompassing two fine Baroque churches, the neoclassical Holy Trinity Cathedral, and a host of ornate tombs of famous Russian figures, the monastery and its leafy grounds are certainly fascinating to explore. At number 2, State Russian Museum. Occupying one entire side of Art Square in the center of St. Petersburg, the State Russian Museum is a fabulous place to head to if you want to learn more about Russian art. Established in 1895, the museum is located in the enormous Mikhailovsky Palace, which itself is a work of art. The neoclassical building is home to lots of exquisite rooms and galleries. Beginning with artworks and Byzantine-inspired icons from the 12th century, the comprehensive collection takes you on an incredible journey through the ages, with socialist realist works on show alongside portraits of princes and epic landscape paintings. Check out the number 1 places in our list, New Holland Island. Built in 1719, the artificial New Holland Island is so named because the waterways and canals all around it make it look as if it has just popped up out of Amsterdam. The triangular island came into being when Admiralty Canal and Kryakov Canal were dug to connect the Moika River to the Neva River and, by extension, the Gulf of Finland. Once a shipyard and naval base, New Holland Island has been renovated in recent years and now boasts numerous art galleries, coffee shops, and restaurants. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite things to do in St. Petersburg? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.